Using React, we've been making single-page apps. So even if it appears to change pages, it's just going to be one page. But we're going to make it actually appear to change pages for the first time. We kind of did that with our new room form. We actually replaced everything that was on the screen with one thing. We did it with the sign-in form as well. Right? It kind of looked like you changed pages, but you never actually did. We just showed and hid components. But we did it based on Boolean values, not based on routes. Now we're going to do it based on routes. So let's make baby's first route. So back in app.js, let's import some stuff from React Router DOM. I'll get rid of the semicolons just because that's how I roll. So let's import route from React Router DOM. It is a named export, not a default, so you need curly braces around it. And let's put a route down here. So after this div, after my header, I'll put a route. I'll set a path. And it's not an API party without some APIs. Let's talk to the GitHub API. So let's make a separate route for talking to the GitHub API. So I'll put a route with a path of /GitHub. And that's the path that it should match. And then let's put render. We don't have a component for it yet, so let's just put a little render method in here. I'll put an h1 in there that says GitHub, just so we have a route that we can match. So the route has a path, and then it either has a component it points to or it has a render prop. And the render prop takes a method that's just like a render function, returns some JSX. So if we match this route, we should render that. Otherwise, we shouldn't. See if this works. I don't see it, right? What if I go localhost 3000 /GitHub? Look at that. It works. Sweet. Go back. Forward. Hey. So let's have a link that gets us there. I'm going to make a UL here. I'm going to make a UL with a class of navlinks. UL class name navlinks. And in there I'm going to have an LI for each one of my links. Each LI will have a link to a particular page. Now, I'm not going to do it the old way, ahref equals /GitHub. That's not cool. What's cool is using the link components that come with React Router. So we're already importing route. Let's import, should we use link or navlink? Remember the difference? Navlink puts an active class if you're already on that page. So let's use navlink. That seems better for our purposes. So we'll import both route and navlink from React Router DOM. And I'll throw a navlink here. Now in HTML, it's ahref, right? But in React Router, it's navlink2. So we add a to prop that points to the path that we want to go to, which is /GitHub. And let's make the link say GitHub API. See if this works. Click the link. Holy smokes, it did it. And notice, It did not actually refresh the page, but it did change the URL, and it did show our render prop. And we can use the back button just like we had actually navigated to a new page, because it totally added it to our browser's history. But it does not actually redraw the entire page. We have our first route. Sweet. Nope. Not in console. Not in here either. Does your code work? Does it work in the browser? Yeah. Okay, 1 sec. Let me just real quick. I'm going to throw a little CSS on these nav links real quick. I'll throw this in Slack. I'm just going to throw some styles on the link. Make it a little less ugly. So we'll help you all catch up here in just a second. I want to make my commit, so let me finish describing what I just did with CSS. I just pasted it in Slack. Now if I click on GitHub API, notice the link changes orange. That's because the CSS I just pasted in includes a style for .active. And as promised, that's what navlink does. If we look at this link here it is, ahref. I click on it. Now it says class equals active. That's the difference between link and navlink. Navlink throws that active class on there if you're actually matching that route currently. No. Active means you are on that page. You are actually... So if I click that, because my current URL is /GitHub, that's the active link. So it's different from visited. Yeah. So add a route for GitHub API. Added our first route and styled some links.